Is Israel trying to expand its territory to Africa? Now, something is happening in Kenya. Over 520 acres of land have been listed to Israel, to an Israeli businessman. And this list involved agriculture, settlement, and also commercial use. Now, this list is expected to end in the next 99 years. That is, from this 2026, it will take 99 years before that land, if at all, will be handed back to Kenya. It is in the Rift Valley of Kenya, where this place occurred. It is believed that it was bought with the help of a loan or money gotten from South Africa, from a South African bank being run by the Israeli. According to this information, which is very concerning because we all have seen how the allocation of land when it concerns Israel is. And remember that before Israel settled in where they were today, that we are calling Holy Land, there was a proposal by the United Nations first to settle them in Africa, to create or carve out a space for Israel to settle in Africa such that they can live in peace. Now, the first proposal was done to Uganda when they contacted Uganda that they want Uganda to create a space where they can settle the Israeli. Ugandan government rejected. They had also previously eyed Kenya. The reason is because the climatic condition of the East African community is a bit favorable for Western nations and those who have ties with the white melanin, against the melanin rather the black melanin. So, what is happening is that as we are seeing this 550 acres, it is aimed, as they say, that for agriculture, for large-scale agricultural projects like one of the Rift Valley, investors often face even a tight oversight. Some recent government led agricultural lease as foreign. Now, this is what it involves. It also entails that this land, which has been listed, is going to involve schools. They are going to create schools. They are going to create some facilities for Israelis. That is for Israelis. And it can be renewed. The lease can be renewed according to the terms and conditions. It is a troubling concern. It is a troubling concern because according to these 520 acres purchased by this foreign national, it has called for more Kenyans are asking questions. What is if Israel decided to do the expansionist principle? Because it says that in recent interview, the person who spearheaded this is called Rifkind. Got this morning. Rifkind is Ernst Rifkind, who is an Israeli real estate businessman. Now the question is, where did he get the money from? So come and buy 520 acres of land. 520 acres of land. And after this, it will now be given to Israelis to settle. They will do agriculture, a section for agriculture, a section for settlement, where they will have settlement camp, they will build their settlement, they will have supermarket, they will have their mosque, they will have their schools, they will have their, a kind of semi-apartheid. And this was how apartheid started. The white came to South Africa, started a small settlement. No, this is our school. They have a small community because that is their own community now, the Israeli community in that area. 520 acres. What will happen? They will fence it around, and once they fence it around, they start building. And when time reaches, they will start expanding, and they will start giving birth, having children, expanding the territory. And before you know it, they will now start fighting like it was in South Africa. These children that will be born in that area in the next 60 to 70 years will come and tell you that it is their ancestral land, that it is a land that their forefathers left for them. And before you know it, the next generation of Kenya start dragging land issue with these guys. See, I'm not against selling land to foreigners. I'm not against listing land to foreigners. To me, if you have to lease a land to foreigner, there should be a certain amount that will be given. No, that kind of amount, listing 520 acres, it is so big to be listed. It's so big to be listed. You can give, even 1 acre is even much. There should be half an acre for a foreign investor. And if the foreign investor wants to invest, the Kenyan government or the African country should have 60% of the share, should control 60% of the investment or 70% of the investment under the government, such that in future issues like that can be resolved. Because the same thing South Africans are facing today, is that you tell them that, oh, this is an ancestral land. Now, note, I am not against the development of Africa, because personally I think that whoever wants to develop Africa should develop Africa. My only fear and worry, which is genuine, is that they should not come next time, the generations to come should not come and start fighting land like they were saying in Palestine, where the settlement expansion is going, and they start telling you this is our ancestral land, and before you know, segregation and discrimination has started. Before you want to know, they start trying to control your political space. Before you want to know, see, there's a kind of expansionist policy which is ongoing, and African leaders need to sit up. Anyway, I will not blame these guys for expanding in Africa. In fact, to a certain level, we need to be recolonized, because you know, I explained that for more than 50 years after we regained our independence, Africans cannot manage their own resources. African leaders cannot even manage their own resources. To a certain extent, honestly, we even need this colonization, because look like South Africa. In as much as I am angry about what happened with the racial segregation, what the white did, but look at South Africa. When the apartheid government handed over to South Africa, how is it today? How is it? How better have they managed it? How better? Look at our other countries. Most of the investment we have in some parts of Africa were the ones built by the colonizers before they left. And the ones we took over, we have spoiled them. We have actually ruined them. Embezzlement, corruption, tribalism, there is a problem. And that's why, in as much as I am angry about this listing, but to a certain extent, we must also be fair. How better have we managed these resources? How well have we managed these resources? How great have we managed these resources? Instead, we are amassing wealth to our leaders, are amassing wealth to themselves, and this has pushed our brothers and is pushing our brothers and sisters to die at the Mediterranean, pushing our brothers and sisters to be enrolled in foreign military, U.S. military, Canadian military, American military, Russian military, Chinese military, and the rest. Our brothers are dying at the desert. Our brothers are being martyred at the Mediterranean. Why? They are living in a continent that is full with potential. Whereas they are going to seek for jobs where those raw materials that are being used to create the jobs and where they are going to seek for is coming from their own country. They are sitting on raw material but cannot do anything because their leaders in their respective countries are not productive. In as much as I am against this issue, or I feel like this is another expansionist policy, but to a certain extent, what have we been doing? Normally, no country in Africa should give a land that much to foreigners. If you must give, you must have a stake. Talk less of an individual. Most of these people these private people come from Europe and America and the rest, claim that their investment is coming from their pocket. Most of the time, they are funded by their government covert operations. They are funded by covert operations. Their government gives them the money to fund these covert operations. When they start expanding, they give a leeway. The government takes over in a sublime manner, and before you want to know it, the government takes full control. These are policies. But at the end of the day, our leaders have failed. If you look at even the East Africa that's developed, it was developed by the white. Now, they gave us, after colonialism, we fought for colonialism. We say, oh, let us be independent. Oh, let us manage our own resources. Oh, let us do this. Okay. It was given. How best are we managing the resources? How best? How best are we developing our cities? How best? How best are we building roads? From Cameroon to Nigeria. What's the difference? From Nigeria to Uganda. What's the difference? Only a handful leaders in Africa can boast of carrying out meaningful development, while the rest are wallowing in corruption, embezzlement, nepotism, regionalism, in a chaotic and an opaque kind of way of leadership which benefits the privileged few. No African country can boast of a good healthcare system, can boast of a good educational system, can boast of a good defense system. It's not because we don't have the capability. It's not because Africans, their citizens don't have. Most of our African citizens, our brothers and sisters out there are doing well, are leading top institutions. Why can't they come here? Because our government and have made it a mess, and they feel like if they come here, it's a competition. And that's why they will easily prefer to sell the land to them. They think, oh, well, let's give them the land. Let's give them to them. They think that they're giving the land. Let's just give them the land, not, but they don't know what they're doing. Oh God, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing in Africa. They don't know, our leaders don't know what they are doing on our land. God, give us good leadership, a new kind of leadership in Africa, like a wind of change that blows across the Sahel.
Congratulations, you've passed your GCE or baccalaureate, and now it's time to choose a professional university that opens real doors to your future. Let us introduce you to the African Higher Institute of Technology, a career-focused institution that not only awards internationally recognized certificates, but also guarantees direct employment opportunities upon graduation through its solid network of partner companies and institutions worldwide. This school operates in collaboration with the Cameroon Ministry of Higher Education, UBA Bank, St. Francis Xavier Institute, Canada. Located in Yaoundé, Mendong, away from the noisy town, IHIT provides the following for its students: a free brand new laptop immediately after paying a registration fee of 25,000 francs CFA, free high-speed internet access on campus, hands-on professional training, mentorship from local and international experts, offering courses like local government in accounting, finance and administration, computer engineering, artificial intelligence, biomedical sciences, economics and finance, business and management, arts and education, law and public policy, agricultural sciences. Whether you dream of becoming a software developer, civil engineer, healthcare technician, or business strategist, IHT is your direct path to success. Apply now and take the bold step toward a future of innovation, professionalism, and global opportunity.